So, hello, Assalamualaikum and welcome everyone to our Group 8 podcast for Kuliah 13. I'm Aiman.
I'm Yusuf.
And I'm Ash.
And I'm Syahmi. Thanks for tuning in to our online session today. We are connecting through Discord, so bear with us if there are any audio issues.
Yeah, if anyone goes robotic or cuts off, that's just the internet being dramatic.
Exactly. But seriously, today we're talking about something that combines nutrition, biochemistry, and health. Hypoallergenic amino acid-based food supplements. A very specific yet important topic, especially in medical and therapeutic nutrition.
And to explore it deeper, we are joined by a very special guest, which is Dr. Sazli Shahlan Kasim. He's here to share valuable insights on the science behind these supplements and how they play a role in overall wellness.
Alright, let's check if Dr. Sazli is with us. Hello Dr. Sazli, can you hear us?
Hello, yes, I can hear you. Yep. Clear.
Alright, Doctor. So, it's an honor to have you here. So, before we dive into our question, so we just want to let our listeners know that Dr. Sazli has a deep background in internal medicine and is involved in various aspects of metabolic health.
Yes, and since our topic touches on both nutrition and the human body's response to allergens, your perspective is going to be super valuable, Doctor.
Alright, let's start with something foundational. Dr. Sazli, what are the main components and ingredients used to produce amino acid-based food supplements?
Yeah, doctor, because when we think of supplements, we usually imagine protein shakes or multivitamin tablets, but amino acid-based supplement seems a bit different.
Okay. First of all, thank you for having me. Okay, that's a great question actually. Amino acid-based supplements, especially the hypoallergenic types, are formulated using purified individual free amino acids. Unlike whole proteins or peptide fragments, these amino acids are already broken down into their simplest forms, which means they are immediately available for absorption without requiring digestive breakdown. These characteristics makes them particularly suitable for people with compromised digestive system or hypersensitivity reactions. The formulations usually include all 9 essential amino acids like leucine, isoleucine, valine, lysine, methionine, and so forth, plus a balanced mix of conditionally essential and non-essential amino acids depending on the intended use. Importantly, manufacturers are extremely careful to avoid cross-contamination with allergenic proteins during production. Yeah.
So, Doctor, in a way, it's like you're feeding the body the raw materials for protein, but in a way that doesn't cause problems?
Exactly. You are supplying the essential substrates for critical biological functions like tissue regeneration, hormone production, neurotransmission, and enzymatic reactions, but bypassing the immune risk associated with complex protein structures.
So, Doctor, that's interesting. I read somewhere that they are especially useful for people with multiple food allergies, right?
Oh yes, they are often a lifeline for individuals with multiple food food protein allergies. In such scenarios where every meal carries the risk of an allergic reaction, amino acid-based supplements provide safe, reliable nutrition without provoking the immune system.
So now get into the heart of it, doctor. Why are amino acid-based supplements considered hypoallergenic compared to regular supplements?
And just to add to that, how does the immune system recognize proteins versus free amino acids?
Excellent follow-up question. So the immune system is designed to detect specific molecular patterns and complex proteins due to their intricate three-dimensional structures and amino acid sequences, often present multiple antigenic sites or epitopes. These are what the immune system identifies and sometimes mistakenly attacks, resulting in allergic reaction. When we use individual free amino acids, we eliminate these folded structures and sequences. A single amino acid on its own lacks the size, complexity, and epitopes required to trigger an immune response. They are too small to be recognized by IgE antibodies or activate mast cell, which are key players in allergic reactions, you see.
So there's nothing for the immune system to attack?
Precisely. It's like presenting the immune system with a single letter instead of the entire threatening document. This molecular simplicity is the basis of hypoallergenic nature of these supplements.
That's a great analogy, Dr. Sazli. But wouldn't the taste be, I don't know, maybe horrible?
Absolutely, yes. Free amino acids are notorious for their bitter taste and sometimes unpleasant odor. This is due to their chemical structure interacting with our taste receptors. To counteract this, manufacturers often add flavor masking agents, sweeteners, or blend formula with natural flavors. However, especially in clinical settings, the focus remains on efficacy and safety rather than taste. Though palatability improvements are always being researched, especially for pediatric and long-term patients.
So, doctor, how do amino acid-based supplements compare with standard protein supplements like whey or soy protein?
Like in terms of absorption rate, usage, and target groups?
Well, this is the key point. Very good. Standard protein supplements like whey, casein, or soy protein are composed of long chains of amino acids called polypeptides that require enzymatic digestion in the stomach and small intestine. For healthy individuals, this digestion is efficient. However, in people with allergies, inflammatory bowel diseases, or compromised gut barriers, the digestion process itself can trigger immune responses or worsen the inflammation. In contrast, amino acid-based supplements offer immediate bioavailability since they do not require enzymatic breakdown and they are absorbed almost instantly in the small intestine, minimizing gastrointestinal workload and maximizing nutrient delivery.
So, doctor, even in cardiology, where metabolism is tightly regulated during recovery, this might be used?
Absolutely. There's also emerging evidence that optimized amino acid delivery may modulate inflammatory pathways, which is important in cardiovascular diseases.
That's really something. So it's not just allergy, this is bigger. It's clinical nutrition.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, doctor. So can we get into the benefits of the amino acid supplements? So, doctor, what are some of the main benefits when people consume amino acid-based food supplements?
Especially in something like long-term management or maybe preventative healthcare.
The benefits are multifaceted. Yeah. Firstly, they offer precision targeted nutrition, which is crucial for individuals with restricted diets due to allergies, metabolic disorders, or chronic illnesses. By providing all essential amino acids in a highly bioavailable form, they support tissue repair, muscle maintenance, immune function, and hormonal balance. secondly, they are gentle on the gut. Unlike whole proteins that can aggravate conditions like Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, amino acid-based formulas reduce gut inflammation and promote mucosal healing. Over the long term, they play a role in preventing malnutrition, reducing hospitalization, supporting growth in children with feeding difficulties, and maintaining quality of life in elderly patients.
And I guess, doctor, since the body doesn't have to work hard to break them down, this makes the body save energy.
Correct. By removing the energy cost of digestion, the body can redirect that energy towards healing, immune defense, and recovery processes.
So, alright, doctor. Now, this might sound like a dumb question, but it's hypoallergenic, not totally allergy proof, right? So, can people still get allergic reaction?
Yeah, especially if they have extreme sensitivity.
Not a dumb question at all. In fact, it's very important. You see, hypoallergenic means that the risk of causing an allergic reaction is minimized, not eliminated. In rare instances, individuals might react not to the amino acids themselves, but to other components in the formulation, such as the flavoring agents, preservatives, or trace contaminants introduced during manufacturing. Moreover, certain metabolic conditions like PKU, maple shrub's urine disease (MSUD), or tyrosinemia involve difficulties in processing specific amino acids. For patients with these disorders, even individual amino acids must be carefully regulated. In such cases, a personalized nutrition plan based on metabolic profiling is essential.
So even with hypoallergenic labels, doctors need to evaluate the patient themselves.
Oh yeah, exactly. Individual responses can vary based on genetics, underlying conditions, and environmental factors.
That's very interesting. Okay, doctor, I think we're reaching the end of this podcast. So we've learned a lot today, actually, like how the form of nutrient matters, not just the content, because we need to know what amino acid-based food supplement actually is.
And that amino acid-based food supplements are not just for athletes or bodybuilders. They are lifesavers in clinical nutrition.
Yeah, indeed. And Dr. Sazli, thank you so much for your time and your insight.
Sure.
You have helped us to connect the dots between nutrition, immunity, and even heart health. And we really learned a lot today.
I'm glad I'm able to help. So, but before we end, I want just to summarize a little bit. So, amino acid-based supplements represent a major advancement in medical nutrition, especially for vulnerable populations who cannot tolerate conventional proteins. Their hypoallergenic nature, rapid absorption, and metabolic efficiency makes them indispensable in modern clinical care. However, like any powerful tool, they must be used thoughtfully, customized to the patient's needs, considering underlying metabolic conditions, and balanced against possible sensitivities to non-protein ingredients. Lastly, thank you to you all for choosing this important topic and looping me in this discussion. I hope I'm able to answer your questions helpfully.
And with that, we'll wrap up our broadcast. Thanks to our listeners for joining us. Don't forget to stay informed, eat well, and stay healthy. Bye.
Bye. Bye from Kuliah 13. Thank you, doctor. Okay, bye, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Assalamualaikum.